So I gave birth like 5 days ago. And for those of you who've been watching, some of you may know that I was in prodromal labor for weeks, which was awful. And for those who don't know, prodromal labor is when your body is showing all the signs of being in active labor, except nothing progresses. So, just by chance, I was due to be induced, and they kept deferring me 5 days. So, they kept just pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And I started getting some contractions again, and I can't even count on my hands how many times I've been in the hospital saying, I think I'm in labor, and they're like, girl, go home. So, I wasn't even gonna go in, and I was just gonna wait for the call, which could have been 7 days after I was supposed to be induced. Who knows, because they didn't have enough staff at the hospital. But basically, my OB was in, and I was like, if I go in tonight and she sees me, maybe she'll keep me and induce me, which I was hoping for. But I was like, but I am getting some contractions, so maybe I'll just use that as the excuse to go. And every time I would post a video about being in prodromal labor or a post or whatever, people would always say, oh, you'll know when it's the real thing. When I'm telling you these were a 7 out of 10 at home for weeks, so how am I going to know? So this time they were about a 3 out of 10, and I go in. My OB peeks around the curtain. She's like, oh, fancy seeing you here. Let me do a check. She checks me, and she's like, oh, yeah, you're in active labor. I am? I am? I started getting nervous because she wanted to induce me in the operating room where, like, just in case something bad happened, that I had to have, like, a C-section. My baby's head was by his ribs, so he was completely transverse, except we thought initially his head was by my hip. Turns out there was a lot more of him to rotate. Yeah, I was getting nervous while I was in there because I was like, I don't know, they're like kind of going away. And the lady coming with the epidural is like, well, how bad's your pain? I'm like, not too bad. And I started thinking, oh my God, if my OB like checks again, and she's like, oh, never mind, you're not in labor. Like, please don't send me home. I have my scrubs on and my hairnet and everything. Like, I got my bags packed. Like, yeah, so that was crazy. I was at 5 centimeters in active labor and had like maybe like a stomach ache. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And his heart rate plummeted after they dragged me to the delivery room, so I had to push him out at 7 to 8 centimeters. And not only that, after he was born, they did not place him on my chest. No, they worked on him for an hour beside me, and I couldn't see him. And then I didn't get to hold him or really meet him or see him for like 9 hours after delivering. So that was my trauma story.